something is changing for our young women between the age of about 12 to 18. And that's an area we should really be focusing on, why it is that girls are opting out of participation in sport and recreation.
If a sport's serious about reflecting New Zealand's identity as it is today, then it should be reflecting, the diversity of our populations.
The amount of times where someone is shocked that I'm a mountain bike instructor, that my name is Ash, and I show up to teach someone how to mountain bike, and they say, oh, I didn't think you were a girl. You would be a girl. And even just those little things of all of us girls going and riding bikes and hearing someone say, whoa, a whole group of girls. Like, I can't wait for the day when that's not even a thing. We're just people riding bikes.
Sport in itself is probably quite slow to change. Just generally, it's very traditional structure, a lot of volunteers, and so it's not an easy fix. Only a few teams and individuals that you'd really call actually professional athletes. So the challenges in a way have really been about money and priorities, because often the women's team is not seen and valued as much, so there's not as much commercial money, so they can't be paid.
There is no shortage of capable women to be on governing boards and take leadership roles in sport. So it's not a supply problem. It's about the political will to do it and to understand the value that comes from it. And I've been recently at the New Zealand Cricket AGM, and they speak very openly about the fact that now that they have 3 women on the New Zealand Cricket board, it's changing the way they make decisions, and they think they're making better decisions. And 15-a-side rugby, it's a bit of a work in progress. It's great that this year the Black Ferns are actually being paid as professional players for the first time, but obviously not at the rates of their male counterparts.
What constitutes professional sport? If you compare men and women, and I know that New Zealand Rugby have done a fabulous job in lifting the profile of their women's rugby team, but there's still a gap. And how do we bridge that gap? And I guess my other question is actually, why is there a gap? Why is there that gap between what we pay women in sport versus men? And I think, some may argue that women's sport is still in its infancy, but actually I disagree.
I would love to see more females showcased in the media. I look at the newspaper, the sports section, and I'm frustrated at the images that we're constantly seeing of, one picture of a female and then 10 of men, when that's just not what reality is. But if that's all these girls are seeing, then that's what you think is out there.
It would be a really fun job just to do this every single day. It'd just be my dream.
It seems like it's sort of more of a male-dominated sport, which there's still tons of female bikers, but it would just be cool to see more girls getting up on the trails.
There's this Filipino girl that I saw when my dad was indoor cycling, and she was talking about how she was in the Olympics and doing mountain biking, and I kind of want to be like her.
At the end of it, I just want to see an increase in the number of women and girls involved in active recreation, a lifting of the way we value that and the way we value our elite women sports people, and a leadership and governance sector that's actually got equality.
Once we get the balance right, we'll see a lot more emerging of a lot more champions.
And when women's sport is just called sport, that will be a day we can all celebrate.